What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, Monday. My name is Jeremiah Davison, aka the Funding Coach. And since yesterday was a holiday, I'm coming to you live from Business Funding Now, Black Label. The wait is over. The wait is over, and the Business Funding Expert Certification course is ready to purchase. You guys, everybody that's been waiting for the course to drop. Hey, nothing ever goes as planned. And just FYI, probably not going to drop the next course after a long holiday weekend. Okay, so, uh, but aside from that, we had some little tech issues, but everything is ready and set to go. So, for those of you who've been waiting for this course to become a business funding expert, this certification course is for you. There are 30 different business loans in this course, 30 different types of business loans that you can fulfill in this course. Okay, you will get access as soon as you go through the payment, sign the agreement. You will get access to the Business Funding Expert Certification course. Okay. Now, in the course, right, there's 30 different business loan types. You do not have a time limit on how you ingest the information. If you need to go back and watch the courses again and again and again, you will have that option. Okay. Now you want to make sure you check out the terms and conditions because they're very strict. But you know how things are. I need to protect my intellectual property, and we're not going to have any of this foolishness. Okay. Anyway, um, in the course, right? Each course you get a detailed description of the loan product, right? A detailed description of the loan product. The next step you will get is the case study of the loan, right? A case study of the loan. So we provided you real life fictional case studies of each loan product. And the case study is I think one of the most important parts of the course. I mean, every step is important, right? You need to know the description. You need to understand the type of course it is, the type of funding product it is, so I have a clear understanding. So the course description or the loan product description is invaluable. And then the case study is also very invaluable because that's going to put it in your mind, plant the seeds in your mind of when you're talking to clients, potential business owners that need a loan, which type of loan that their their client fits. Right. This is kind of one of those skills that you learn over time when you're talking to business owners and they tell you their scenario, they tell you what kind of revenue they're working, they tell you what kind of credit they have, they tell you what they're trying to accomplish. Because the truth of the matter is, most business owners, they just need money. They don't really care what type of loan it is. So it's your job as a loan broker to be able to guide them and lead them to the right loan for their needs. Okay. And a lot of times you might have to use multiple loan products to achieve the business owner's goals, right? So that's very key. And then after you get the case study of each loan, we go through a list of pros and cons of the loan, right? Every loan has, you know, pros or benefits, right? As well as cons, consequences, or what's the word I'm looking for? Repercussions of the loan. So, but this is important because so you can educate the business owner as well on the benefits and the consequences of such loan, right? And most times, if it's a revenue-based loan where there's no collateral, all right, then there's not a lot. There's some recourses the lenders can take, but you're not like putting up your house or your any property, any tangible collateral, right, to that they can take from you if you miss a loan payment. So little nuances like that, the pros and cons of each loan product. Okay. So, and then the next is a list of the requirements. Now, these are general requirements, but they vary per loan product, right? Whether they're credit based, whether they're asset based, whether they're equipment, or SBA or all those, right? So you need to know the requirements of the loan, which is the third stop on each product, loan product, and then also a list of the most commonly used supporting documents for that loan product. Okay, so you get all that on 30 different types of loans, right? 30 type of business loans. You get a detailed description, a real life case study of how to apply it. You get the pros and cons of each loan, and you get a list of the requirements and supporting documents of each loan. At the end of that, you're going to take a 5-question quiz on that particular loan, right? You need a score. We want to score 100, right? Because these test questions are going to be the same questions on the final exam, right? So that's why there's no time limit for the going over the materials as well as going taking the quizzes. Once you're ready, right, to take the final exam to get your certification, then you will have 120 minutes, 2 hours, to take the final exam, and you have to score a 75% or higher, right? If you scored a 75% or higher on the first round, then your certification will be sent to you with my signature and your name on it, right? Okay. If you do not pass the exam the first time, then you have 2 more chances, right, to get the 75%. Okay. Now, if there's any additions, updates, notifications, we'll let you know. Because underwriting criteria sometimes changes based on the economy, based on the Fed, the interest rate, based on a number of different factors. Banks can, adjust their qualifications or criteria to extend the type of loan to a business owner on a variety of circumstances. But this is why I call it the Business Funding Expert Certification, because this is going to give you some information that the common person doesn't have. The common loan broker may not have it. The common business owner may not, probably most likely does not know, right? So you'll be able to identify it. But that's not all. That's not all. I also go through a list of pros and cons of working with direct lenders versus working with other loan brokers, right? There are benefits to working with direct lenders. Right? I try to work with mostly direct lenders as much as possible because I cut out any middleman, okay? But there is a couple of loan products that I do supply furnish that I need to go through somebody else because they have the resources, okay? And so, I want you to understand the benefits, the pros and cons of working with direct lenders and working with loan brokers. And the biggest thing about working with loan brokers or direct lenders usually are pretty pigeonholed into a type of loan products they fulfill or they supply, and that's all they do. So to do say 20 or 30 or 40 different type of loans, you'll need a direct lender for each of those loan products. Like you go to real estate, right? You can find a direct lender to do as real estate, commercial real estate, and investment property. And then there's a number of different other loan products with under the real estate umbrella. Now, this is not, I'm talking all business transactions. I'm not talking about standard mortgages. We're talking about fix and flip investment property and commercial type or new development, new construction. But all these things will fall under the business real estate loan criteria to fit those needs. So that's one direct lender, or you might have 2 or 3 direct lenders for the real estate arena, right? You might have, and so that's how it works with all direct lenders. They just kind of do specialize on a few particular loans that they want to focus on, right? So you'll need a lot of direct lenders to facilitate all these different loan products. But listen, it's perfectly all right for you to pick, 2 or 3 loans that you want to work with, and that's all you do. Long as you can generate enough leads, right, and get your name out there in your community as the person to go to for a business term loan, revenues-based loan, real estate or equipment, asset-based, credit-based, things like that, right? If you want to focus on SBA loans, right, learning how to do SBA loans, I think I have 4 or 5 SBA loan products in the course. So you'll learn about each one and how they differ, as well as the case study and the pros and cons, as well as the qualifications or the requirements and the supporting documents. Okay, so you can focus on SBA loans. Okay, it's a higher bar. It's a little bit more difficult. It's a lot more work, to close those SBA loans because the SBA has a standard, and then the SBA lender also has a standard, right? The SBA lender, you have to qualify based on the SBA lender's criteria, right? If that's a 670 or 650, 680 credit score, they get to dictate what their underwriting guidelines are, and that can change with every lender. Now, the benefits maybe for working with a loan broker is most loan brokers already have established relationships for a large variety of business loan products like I do. I have approximately 300 lenders, and I service probably about 30 to 40 different loan products. Okay. So, but it took me years to get to that point where I do have a resource for any type of loan product that I offer. Okay. So that's what you're going to get in this course, right? You're going to get that detailed description. You're going to get the real life case study. You're going to get the pros and cons of each loan. And you're going to get the requirements and a list of supporting, most commonly used supporting documents for that loan, which may vary per lender. Okay. So you're going to get all that in the course. You're going to get the pros and cons of working with direct lenders and working with loan brokers. But here's the cream of the crop. What I think is the cherry on top, if I want to say it that way. My 5-question pre-qualification for any business type, right? These are the 5 questions I ask a business owner to determine which loan they qualify for. 5 questions, right? So you're going to get my 5-question formula on how to pre-qualify, but you still need to know the loan product, okay? But basically, when you know all the loan products, or all the business loan types, you can then, right, ask these questions, right? So questions like, how much is your business making per month or per year, right? Based on the answer, I know these segment of loans are off limits; they don't qualify, or these segment of loans they do qualify based on that answer. If I ask them what's their credit, if they say it's above this number, then they have different options. They say below this number, they have fewer options. Okay, and then ask them things like, do you have any assets that we can use as collateral? Things like that. So each question, you know what? I developed this over years of doing this, but I put it in a course. All right. When you ask these 4 questions, and then I have a little flow chart there that says yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and it kind of hones in on the type of loan products that they qualify for, right? But I would hope in a very short period of time, you'll be able to look at that, and then with the course material, be able to do the same thing that I do, right? Say, okay, the best option for you and the only option you may qualify for right now, Mr. Business Owner, is this particular loan, right? Then the step after that is, okay, how we're going to get you qualified for these better type loans, right? With lower interest rates, monthly payments, longer terms, things like that. Well, now you know what the qualifications and requirements are for SBA loan, for a business term loan, for a business line of credit, for corporate only financing, okay, or real estate, or whatever the case may be, right? You will be able to educate your client effectively on the best option for them, where they're at right now, and also what they need to do to get to the next stage for better quality type funding. Okay. Now, most of that continues around, best, good personal credit, good business credit, good business finances, things like that. So you have a blueprint, right? And you can really, hone in. It's like, listen, I know you need, $100,000 right now, or you want a business term loan right now, but you don't qualify for a business term loan right now. And these are the reasons why you don't qualify. But we can get this revenue-based loan now, right? And then we're going to start working towards you getting you qualified for a business term loan, and as fast as possible. It might take us 3 months, it might take us 4 or 5 or 6 months, just depending on the age of the business, depending on the revenue of the business, depending on the owner's credit, depending on how many trade lines on their business credit do they have. All right. So you got all these different factors, and that's the most important part as being a loan broker and taking this course, is understanding that everybody doesn't qualify for the loan they want, right? And they need help and they need guidance to get to that area, that stage where they can have a 250,000 line of credit, business line of credit that they can access when they need to, instead of borrowing money, or having the right credit cards or the vendor accounts or the business credit score or the business revenue needs to meet this criteria. For business, or corporate only financing, the business needs to have a low 5 bank rating score, and they need to make at least $35,000 per month, right? Those are just 2 out of about 10 different qualifications for corporate only financing. And corporate only financing is basically you're applying for a loan, the business is applying for a loan, no PG, but those type of loans with the lower interest rates are very critical to getting, but the bar to get those are high. And if you don't know what the criteria is, the qualification requirements for a corporate only financing, then you can't help them. But when you learn what the qualifications are, then you can map out a plan for your business owner to get him to that point, or her to that point, within whatever time frame they got to work with. It might, like I said, it just depends on, every business is different. And that's the other key point. There are never going to be 2 loans the same. I can have 2 over the road truckers come to me for the equipment loan, right, to buy a new tractor trailer, and the nuances of their packaging the loan are going to be different, because it's going to be determined on their business revenue. Are they putting all their money that they're making as an owner operator in their business account or their personal account? What's their personal credit, right? For equipment financing, you don't need to have a 700 credit score. You can get equipment with a 600 credit score, right? But there's some other stipulations that need to be also ascertained, and the client needs to have. So, and I've already told you, I've told you that there's no other course out there. There is no other course that like this that gives you 30 different business loan options, the descriptions, the case study, the pros and cons, the requirements, and the supporting documents. Okay, as well as the pros and cons to working with direct lenders and loan brokers, as well as a 5-question formula to pre-qualify any business owner. Okay, so another good point that you want to keep in mind is, listen, if the business owner has bad credit, say 550 credit score, but they're bringing in $50, $60, $70,000 a month, they can qualify for funding. All right, if the business owner has a 680, 700 credit score and low business income, right, but he has his day job or her day job, and they're making $50, $60,000 a year with their day job, there are loan products that they qualify for. All right, if they have 550 credit score and no business income, there is no loan product for them. That's it. Okay, so If that the case, I just tell them, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You got to get your credit fixed and get it above a 680, and then we can work with something there. Or they need to get their revenue and their business revenue up. Okay, so and then this is how I do it. I try to give them the stopgap funding, right? The stopgap funding is immediate money now. It's usually more expensive, but the qualifications and requirements to get approved are very low. Okay. And then I enroll them in my business credit building program, right? And then I start building their business credit to the point where, the whole objective of building their business credit is get them to qualify for a business term loan, business line of credit, SBA loan, or a corporate only financing, right? Because those are the top tier loan products with the lowest interest rates and monthly terms and the cheapest money that they can get. Okay, so you're going to learn all those things in this course. All right. So, and here's the guarantee with the course. I put this out on last week, but I'm letting you know right now because now you can go purchase right now and get the course for $9.97. The first 100 people get the course for $9.97. After that, it's going up to $19.97. And I'm not really worried about that because you're going to make your money back, whether it's $9.97 or $19.97 off your first funded deal if you work with me. I'm going to help you close your first deal. Okay, and make your money back, whether it's the $1,000 or the $2,000. You're going to make your money back off your first deal. Okay, when you sign up, you will go through those lost my train of thought. The guarantee terms and conditions, right? And those terms and conditions for the guarantee are, submit a deal to Business Funding Now with at least a minimum of a $50,000 loan, right? If the bank has to approve the loan and the client has to accept the loan, okay? Within the first 30 days of purchase. It shouldn't take you more than 30 days to finish the course and get your certification, unless you're procrastinating. So you can go through the course within probably 2 or 3 days, right? A couple hours a day, and then sit down, plan accordingly for your 2-hour final examination to get your certification. And then you already got clients that need money, right? Because everybody needs money, okay? All you need to do is ask them, hey, I'm doing Business Funding Now. Do you need some working capital? Do you need some additional resources to fund or purchase new equipment or to, get some vendor accounts? There's a whole litany of things that can help a business while they're building their business credit. You gotta think of it multifaceted, right? Using vendor credit cards instead of operating capital increases your bank rating score. You need a low 5 bank rating score to qualify for those top tier loan products. Okay, what's a low 5 bank rating score? A low 5 bank rating score that any bank can check in seconds on any business, right? Is that their daily average balance is $10,000 or more over the course of 90 days, right? And that's the minimum requirement to qualify for some of those loan products. Okay, those nice loan products. Okay, so that's one thing. If they stop using their operating capital, it increases the bank rating score. Another thing is those vendor accounts, those credit cards, even secure business CD line of credit type goes towards building their comparable credit. They have to build their comparable credit up to the point of the amount they want to borrow. So if you want a $100,000 business term loan, you need to have access to $100,000 in comparable credit. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's multifaceted. If you don't have a 670, 680 credit score, then you're automatically kicked out of those top tier funding programs. So you need to also fix that. So that's how. So I'm saying is there's a lot of moving parts that work in tandem together to get a client from A to Z where they qualify for the premium loan products with the lowest interest rates and the best terms. Okay, so if you're ready to learn these things, this is Business Funding Expert Certification course is for you. All right, really quickly, I'm going to show you the different funding courses in the funding options in the course, so you know what you're getting. Okay. So now, if you're ready to purchase, all you got to do is go to businessfundingnow.com. That's the wrong one. There we go. All right, so businessfundingnow.com. You got your scan. This is to see what you pre-qualify for any business loan products, right? Here is the Business Funding Expert Certification course. Click on that. So once you click on that, it takes you to this landing page, and I'm gonna give you an overview of the course, right? And then you click here to get started. Once you get there, you're gonna go through this the terms and conditions and all the little details about the course, right? You accept the terms and conditions by clicking this information, and then it takes you to the payment page, make your payment, and then after you make your payment, you will get automatically emailed your username and log in to the Business Funding Expert Certification course. And once you're in the course, this is what it's going to look like. You'll be here, right? So you can go to all courses, my library, and we have trackers on these things, right? You're going to start with this one, and then the video is just, this is the basically the information. Welcome to the Business Funding Expert Certification course, the term conditions. Here's your direct lenders versus your brokers, pros and cons, a disclaimer, education disclaimer, earnings disclaimer, sponsorship, and fair use disclaimer. Okay, once you complete that, then you can start with your course. And then if you want to take a break, you just come back and log into it later, click on the library, and pulls all the courses up. So here we have, let's look at this right quick. So we got your SBA loan, your revenue base, your recurring payment loan, your real estate fix and flip, your purchase order, private lending, credit lines, private bridge financing, peer-to-peer, business funding, business lending, merchant cash advance, note buying, hard assets, equipment leasing or selling, contract-based, commercial, accounts receivable, 401k. One course covers all the business credit cards. So you got business credit cards, you got the PG business credit cards, you got the no PG business credit cards, you got vendor cards, and you got store cards. You got business lending credit unions, you got truck and vehicle financing, business term loans, business line of credit, this SBA 7A, SBA 504, SBA cap line, SBA. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SBA type loans, right? You got the ERC tax credit. All right, you got your business secure CD line of credit, and you got startup funding. So this is all in the course. This is what you're going to be getting in this course for the $997. Okay, like I said, your first funded deal, you're going to make that $997 back immediately. Okay, so without further delay, come on, let's become Business Funding Expert Certified. All right, my name is Jeremiah Davis. I am the funding coach. I'm going to see you guys on Friday. All right. Peace.